Looking back at that failed Mr. and Mrs. Smith pilot, Jordana Brewster explains why it was the push she needed. Over the years, Jordana Brewster has achieved numerous victories. To mention a few, there is the cult favorite The Faculty, the American Crime Story run, and the Fast and Furious franchise. However, as we frequently talk about on Collider Ladies Night, there can also be a lot of benefits to failing, such as making time for a new project, picking up new knowledge about the field, or developing your own skill. The latter became relevant for Brewster when the pilots, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, were unable to secure a series order. Soon after Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the movie starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, crushed it at the box office in 2005, ABC gave the go-ahead for a TV pilot with Brewster and Martin Henderson playing the title characters. Director Doug Liman and writer Simon Kinberg stuck with the property to craft a pilot that picks up after the events of the film, with Jane and John Smith's relationship being put to the test yet again. The pilot was produced, but ultimately, ABC took a pass on picking up the series. It was a TV show following in the footsteps of a hit film with Liman and Kinberg attached. How does one deal with the disappointment of that not panning out when all the stars seem to align? Here's how Brewster put it on Collider Ladies Night. I don't think it's ever a matter of brushing it off and moving on to the next pilot. The only thing that helped me be more sane in the industry was going to school, because then I had something that kept me super busy and super focused, and it was like they complemented each other perfectly. But it not getting picked up crushed me because it was like we had all the elements. Brewster went into further detail, admitting that she was in a different phase of her career, at a point when she needed a bit of a reality check when it came to recognizing what she needed to do in order to deliver her best possible work. Despite having every component needed for success, ABC chose not to pursue it. Furthermore, I believe the incorrect tone was used. I believe that I was also in a stage of my career where I was attending classes once a week and having an acting coach who I would go to for advice on anything. I'll put an endless effort into something. I believe that at the time, I was probably between the ages of 24 and 25, so I thought I had everything figured out. That was actually a big learning experience for me, in my opinion, because it made me realize that I had to get to work. You are not an expert in everything. In the end, I believe it was a nice kick in the ass.